This is going to be match 2 out of a set between KAS and the 42. We're using different decks this time. We've got Seo, who is kind of a mill-oriented character, and Seal, who summons units for 1 turn. Looks like to be a vampire deck, which is a deck when I was still playing this archetype was known for having some pretty interesting synergy wrapped around getting big units out. Getting stronger units out quickly. Same health. Yeah, Roa doesn't die as long as you have another minion on the field to take its place. So this is a Roa themed deck, which is pretty cool. This should have some pretty good synergy. We've got a Vanguard already up on the 42 side. Shirley has she just absorbs health. Interesting. To all minions. Deals 1 damage as she comes up. And with that, already just even the board up a little bit. We're already on turn 3. Arc summons another arc. Keeping the swarm alive. This deck seems to be a little defensive. Second Vanguard in 2 turns, and I don't know what foods do, actually. KAS is thinking, trying to plan on his next attack. He could play Untouchable Arc, there it is. Deals 1 damage as she comes up. Now we're trying to get rid of the Vanguard. She's in the way. Very strong card. That Saber 3 mana 0/5 gets 2. Oh. Afterlife sound suddenly popped up. That was weird. KAS probably checked that out himself. 42 is trying to get board back. He's binding eyes on Arc, so she's a lot less of a threat. A lot less of a threat now. But plenty of options in KAS's hand. Lethal Lunch to get rid of to weaken the binding eyes. Takes it out. And we're dropping Tono on the board. Shiki Roa. And wow, that's really good. 5/5 and can't be hit or targeted. .42 precogs pulls. I'm assuming, I don't know what he pulled, but KAS pulls Agent Seal. Deal 2 damage to all other units. 6 cost, 2/1. Snipe. Oh, okay, I see. So now that he swung, Shikiro is targetable. This seems to be almost like a indirect damage, burn damage deck. Just every time he summons something, it's almost always doing direct damage to 42's minions, as well as having some decent early game swarm. So he has really good control early on, and then later it's in late game. I guess it's the big cards and the synergy. +1/+1. Has 2 Park at Nights in his hand. Immediately takes out Lancer. These are relatively even right now. Interesting. 4/7. Wow, not bad. That effect's pretty interesting. She comes out, and when the opponents choose to attack her, they have to pick either to buff her or to have her buff all the units around her. So there's that synergy coming into play that vampires have. If you could turn her into a Vanguard somehow, that card would be particularly gross. I haven't seen KAS uses hero power much. I don't know what that's about. Destroy a unit. Probably because he doesn't have roll out yet. Just waiting on it. I feel like this type of deck that the 42 is playing would be more used to. It's almost like you're searching. It seems like he's searching for something with that ability. He's using it pretty frequently. But what's nice is he constantly has hand. Paying 2 mana to draw is pretty nice. Plenty of options, plenty of low cost options, but then there's that rocket launcher sitting in his hand. So he chooses to do. He'd have to protect it. Looks like he's going for Roa. Alright, Roa comes out. Pays 2 mana. Puts down a Park at Night. So he's going to try and start up his swarm strategy, even though he doesn't have a Vanguard to protect his cards. And Arc is still there being pretty scary. He's probably going to try to take advantage of her effect. Which is pretty smart for the most part. Just to try and swarm and then buff everything he can. But she has to survive this turn for him to pull it off. He's gonna swing Medea into the park. Interesting. I finally managed to get rid of Arc with the missiles. And he's gonna play all of his missiles this turn, looks like. Oh no. Puts down a Canith with Rush and Shield. Not bad. Alright, so that's pretty cool. It looks like this is like a legendary almost in Hearthstone, where it'll become the protagonist when it dies. or when it's played. Has the same power but with a bonus. And it doesn't die. Seems like. Add the reanimator matriarch. That's really strong. That's actually a really strong card. Only need one of your decks, so this seems to be the win condition here. Really interesting card. Precog. He gives Nervixer. KAS. Wounded Arc doing something. I'm not too sure if that card does actually. Oh my god, alright. Suddenly Swarm. Swinging directly. Has board advantage. This card is pretty scary. 5/7 on the board. Looking at potentially 10 damage this turn. He pulls out an equip rocket launcher, puts it on. He's got 4 mana left. Plenty of options in the hand. Let's see what he chooses to do. Swings. Snipe is immediately gone. Took no damage from that exchange, so it worked out. Lowered the potential damage on the board by a lot. Getting control of the board back. Still has 2 mana left. And finally takes advantage of the Living Dead summon. And it's buffed immediately because of Park at Night. I think you can do that every turn at this point in the game, so just summon the Living Dead. So what's the seal card? Got 2 arcs. He play draws 2. Yeah, this is definitely a mill deck. He's looking for something. I don't know what the overall strategy is, but he's drawing pretty heavily looking for something. Conceptual Weapon, 7th Holy Scripture, and play it. Maybe it's a Conceptual Weapon seal. 7th Burrow Agent. 3/3. Gain 1. Oh, that's the win con. Alright, we found the win con. Gains 1 for every destroyed vampire. Alright, that's pretty sick. Checking the afterlife to see just how much is he has in here. Strange. I wish it would change the spectate function. I can't manually check it, but when he checks it, it comes up. Kind of weird. Kind of odd. Got to get rid of this board to try and take advantage of 16-16. It's a huge threat on the board. Potentially game if he can. He's trying to clear board just a little bit. The Park on A is a problem. It's just 42 saying a GG. Maybe he got his win con. Knock back all enemy units. Oh man. Alright, so that's a turn of safety for him. He's managed to stall. Health to protag. Deal 4 damage itself. 1999B. beast. Board's looking mighty full now. Whew, this is looking like game, unless the 42 has a pretty beastly win con. Or a way to clear board here. Same as always. We've got Fujino. Oh, so he's managed to get rid of Seal for this turn, but this is still 2, 3, 5, 8, 12. This is still 14 damage on the board. Alright, we're getting clear with Charging Lancer. He's hitting things. Yeah, not bad. Alright, the board's looking a lot more stable than before, but Seal's going to come out even stronger this turn. So he managed to stall for an entire extra turn. See how this turns out. So lethal on board, unless he can stop Seal again for another turn. Swing and direct. Taking out Fujino. I don't know what happens when deck runs out, but KAS has literally one card in his deck left, so. Maybe his ploy to mill him out is working. Oh, reduced to 1. Blinding Eyes. KAS down to his last card. I don't know if next turn that means it's game or. The stall was successful for the most part. Puts Seal back into his deck. Stall for another turn. Pretty good. Although all he has to do is pop Sail next turn. I think you lose when you can't draw anymore. I'm not sure. And that would mean that the 42's deck is a milled deck. Precog. There we go. There we go. And then end his turn. Really, if it works the way I think it does. Precog. I didn't realize that the 42's deck was a mill deck until around mid game. Where's he pulling cards from? It's still at a nice beast. Permanently game +4 attack. Huh. Seal's back. Oh, so the game doesn't end when you run out of cards. All right. I don't get it. Gain shield. Non-machine characters. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see what he's going for. But what are you gonna do with that knowledge, 42? What are you gonna do with that knowledge? Now that you know what's in his hand. And you have 22 damage staring you in the face. And I don't know if you have a way to stop it. Fujino's out. Set it back to the hand. This deck is very good at stalling. KAS is slowly running out of health. But he has a restore on the board. Let's see how that works out. Seal is back. Conjure a class card. If you can't conjure anything, you don't have. Oh, he still has deck. Alright. I don't know when that happened. Summon a Rider. 11 mana. 42 takes it. Wow, that was genuinely surprising because there were two moments when I thought both sides had already won, and I wasn't entirely sure how that was gonna work out. But that's pretty nice. This deck that the 42 is playing is weird. It seems like it's mill. Like I don't get what its overall goal is. But he apparently put KAS on a clock of some kind. Even though he had such a powerful win condition on the board, he couldn't actually get it off. All he had to do was get one attack in. That was a pretty good game. Good game from both sides.